Dear students, today we can see important modifications of the root, stem and leaves. In an angiosperm plant, we can see two important systems, root system and the shoot system. Root system consists of root. It is having the function fix the plant in the ground and absorb water and minerals. In addition to this, it is carrying out additional functions. One is a storage of food. We will see the important adaptations found in root. In carrot, a root is conical in shape, in which base is broad and is gradually tapering towards the end. So this is the conical root. Next, we will see the another taproot modification that we can see in beetroot. This is a napiform root modification. Here it is top-like, which is global at the base and suddenly tapering towards the end. Next root modification, that is the respiratory root that we can see in marshy plants like Avicennia. The root is growing vertically upward, which contains number of lenticels for the purpose of respiration. Next is the adventitious root modification. First is asparagus. In asparagus, number of swollen roots are seen at the lower node of the stem, which is called a fasciculated root. Next is the supporting root that we can see in sugarcane. From the lower node of the stem produces number of oblique roots that is growing downward. Next is the stem modification. Stem is the aerial part of the plant. Its main function, support the plant. It bears branches, flowers, fruits, leaves, etc. In some cases, stem is carrying out additional functions like storage of the food, support, photosynthesis, etc. Some important stem modifications. One is the underground stem modification, that is the rhizome. This is the rhizome underground stem modification, where the stem is growing horizontally in the soil and it bears nodes, internodes, etc. And nodal region, we could see scales and adventitious as well as terminal buds. Next underground stem modification is the tuber. In tubers, stem is producing branches which is growing in the soil and its tip swollen to form a structure called the tuber. In the tuber, we will see number of depressions, and in the depression we can see the buds. So it is called the eye of the potato. And the depression we will see the scale leaves also. Next, bulb. It is another underground stem modification where the stem is condensed and disc shape. And on the stem, concentrically arranged scaly, which is rich in food material. And on the lower region, the stem produces the number of adventitious roots. Next is the subaerial stem modifications. In subaerial stem modifications, stem is weak and is growing along the soil. And one important subaerial stem modification is the runner. This is a hydrocotyl. It's a runner. It is growing along the ground with long internodes. And on the nodal region, it produces the leaves above and roots below. Next subaerial modification is the offset. This is an offset. It is a condensed runner. It is the eichhornia. Here, lateral branches arise from the base of the main axis and it produces a rosette of leaves in the nodal region, and these are the leaves and tuft of roots below. This is an eichhornia plant. Next is the aerial stem modification above ground. One is a tendril. It is a long, spirally coiled, slender, leafless structure arising from the axil of the leaf. It is an axillary bud or the terminal bud modification. It helps to climb on the plant. Next aerial modification is the thorn. So this is the thorn. This thorn we can see in bougainvillea, and this is the citrus. Here, thorns are the hard, woody, pointed, straight structures seen in the axil of the leaf. It is an organ of defense. Next aerial modification is phylloclad. So this is the phylloclad. It is Mugalenbeckia stem. Here stem is broad and flattened. Leaves are very small in size. It is carrying out the function photosynthesis. It is a xerophytic adaptation. Next is the leaf modification tendril. So this is the tendril of the gloriosa leaf. Here tendril is thin, slender, coiled structure seen at the tip of the leaf. It helps the plant to climb on support. This is a gloriosa. Next leaf modification we can see in insectivorous plant Nepenthes. This is the Nepenthes. Here leaf is modified into a insect trapping device picture, and photosynthesis is carried by the leaf base and picture is supported by highly coiled petiole. Next we can see ecological interactions. It is an interaction of commensalism. It is a neutral interaction in which epiphyte is getting the benefit, host is unaffected. It's a vanda plant. It is growing on tree trunk for habitat. It absorbs water and minerals from the air, and the plant is not affected with this interaction. Next interaction is parasitism. A parasitic plant is the Loranthus. It is a negative interaction in which parasite is benefited, host is harmed. It absorbs water and minerals from the host plant with the help of a special root called the sucking root or a hostoria. Its leaves are green, so it can do photosynthesis. Next interaction is mutualism. So, Asnia, it is a lichen, it is an algal fungal association in which algal component as well as a fungal component both are benefited. So, this is the symbiosis, physical association of two living organisms together, and both are benefited.